Does the Bible mention evolution? One would think, with the presence of so many internet atheists, that evolution in the Bible are two contradictions. However, I will make the case that the Bible is consistent with evolution and also that the Bible is consistent with what we know in our cosmology. The Bible is unique in that it gives us a distinct beginning, refuting an eternal or cyclical existence of the universe. The Bible states in Genesis 1:1-2 in the King James Version, "In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters." Hugh Ross states in 2016 in Improbable Planet, "Geological records throughout the world reveal Earth's transition from a planet with only water on its surface to a realm where land masses and oceans coexist." Psalm 104, 5-8 states, "Who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be removed forever? Thou coveredst it with the deep, as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains. At thy rebuke they fled. At the voice of thy thunder they hasted away. They go up by the mountains, they go down by the valleys, unto the place which thou hast founded for them." Genesis 1:10 states, "And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called the seas, and God saw that it was good." And here is from a biology textbook, which I'll reference at the end of the video. You can notice that the origin of the earth is about 4.6 billion years ago. The oldest known rocks came about just after that, and atmospheric oxygen began to increase. Around 1800 million years ago, the oldest fossils of eukaryotic cells, or cells with a defined nucleus, appeared. Diverse algae and soft-bodied invertebrate animals started to appear around 635 million years ago. Genesis 1:11-12 states, "And God said, Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good." You will notice from this slide, during the Paleozoic period, between 542 and 299 million years ago, life began to explode, in the Cambrian especially. So in the Cambrian, we had a sudden increase in many animal phyla during this explosion. Marine algae became abundant soon after, and then the diversification of early vascular plants. The first tetrapod, or four-footed animals and insects, appeared around the Devonian period. Then seed plants appeared. More reptiles and more insects followed. Then in another period, between in the Mesozoic era, we have cone-bearing plants or dominating, dinosaurs evolving, and the origin of mammals. We also see that continued to occur through the Jurassic times, and eventually flowering plants began to appear and diversify. And God said, Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales and every living creature that moves, with the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good," in Genesis 1:20-21. You can note there that the waters brought forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and eventually that moved into the bird population. You can see how this is consistent with science. You can also see in this slide how it is consistent with science. You see sharks appearing, and eventually we have evolution leading us to mammals, lizards, amphibians, and such. And God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth, in Genesis 1:22. Can also see the continued radiation of mammals and eventually coming to the Ice Age in the Cenozoic period. The references include Hugh Ross and Urey and colleagues from Biology in Focus. So in conclusion, the notion that science and Christianity are at odds has been and continues to be debunked. Thank you so much for your time. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Do share this with your friends, and please come again. This is S.J. Thomason, and I'm with Christian-apologist.com.